All right. Okay. Glad everybody's here today. A lot of new names. That's great to see. We are delighted that you have joined us, and we'll try to make this as worthwhile for you as possible. So before we get into the meat of the matter, always important to read the disclaimer. We're not going to read it to you, but I'd encourage you to take a screenshot of this. The central point on this slide is the trading that is done in the instruments that we trade is risky. And anybody that tells you differently is lying to you. In other words, trading is risky. That's how come you can make really good returns if you mitigate that risk. And we'll show you the ways that we're using to mitigate the risk. But the bottom line is right on the bottom line. Never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. In other words, there's a lot of other text in this slide, but that's the central point is, you know, we have people that sometimes are not prudent with the amount of money that they put in, and then, you know, something goes wrong, they're not in good shape. So always heed that. That's a very, very important thing. And it's important to be transparent, and we try to be as transparent as we can. So with that, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert Burns. I'm here in the Seattle, Washington area. And you may be asking, if you've looked at RoboForex a little bit, what's an American doing here? Wait a minute, I thought Americans couldn't play. And that would be true if it was just me as a US citizen, but my wife, Anna, and our daughter, Alexandra, are dual citizens. They're Romanian citizens and US citizens. Therefore, they let me play in their sandbox. My son and I are from the US, and he lives in Montana. As I said, I'm here in Seattle. Our daughter is actually back in Romania and just gave birth to a baby boy. So we were there for 3 months, and it's to say it's cool that we're grandparents is an understatement. My wife sees our grandson every day, and it's just amazing. Anyway, for fun, I'm into fly fishing and playing the bass guitar. I do both of those regularly, not fly fishing as regularly as I'd like, but that's why I'm doing this, so I can do it more. As far as professional resume, I have been in the Forex world since 2004, which is hard to imagine, 19 years. That doesn't mean I'm a good trader. It doesn't mean I've been trading that long. In fact, I'm a trader that is really new. I've participated in Forex. I've done different things in it. I'm pretty aware of how it works, but I have a ton to learn about my own trading and learning how to trade. But I love the whole idea of the Forex market, the leverage, the kind of wealth it can create. Same thing with real estate. I've been involved in commercial real estate and involved in commercial real estate since 1986, crypto since 2017. I like crypto. I like real estate. These two things I'll be involved in for the duration. Internet marketing and team building is another thing that we bring to bear that really gives us some extra reach. As we start to really increase some of the tool set that we have, you'll see how this is powerful and how it can, for those that are really serious at the business building part, there's some things that we'll bring to bear that give us competitive advantage that are real cool. And that said, the team building and business stuff is optional. You can be a client here and that's it. And we love you. In other words, if you want to come in and just enjoy creating income for yourself from trading, that's certainly possible. Now, here are the things that we're going to cover today. We're going to get into copy trading. We're going to get into the solidity of the broker, why that's important. We're going to get into withdrawals. We're going to get into how compounding works. And we're going to get into the affiliate part. Again, optional. Notice that word. You don't have to do that ever. Some people just don't like, the idea of having to get into sales and marketing mode. And that's fine. If it's not for you, cool. But we do have people that like to do that. Robert Russell is one of the best networkers I've ever had the pleasure of working with. And he's just terrific. And so we do some things together that I'm excited about. And those of you that are into the affiliate stuff, as I said, we've got some things that we'll be bringing about that you'll really, I think, like. Then in part two, at the very end, we're going to have a drawing. This is always exciting. We'll do 2 drawings today, by the way, because we've had instances where the person that was the first prize winner, for one reason or another, it didn't work out with them. So we want to have a backup in the event that number one fails. We'll have a backup that if the first person, for whatever reason, can't participate, then number two moves into number one. So we'll have certainty that somebody is going to be the recipient of the proceeds from the drawing. Now, why do you do all this stuff? You know, this is a slide I was thinking about. I was out for a walk this morning and I thought, what is the thing that drives most people to do this? And I submit it's this. It's this. We can show you how you can create wealth. And what is wealth? Wealth means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But I submit a good sign of wealth is when you have enough money that you can do what you want. You can get up when you want. You can get up when you're done sleeping. Don't have to have the alarm clock on. How does all that sound? If you like to fish, you can fish more. You know, these are some of the things, whatever it is you like to do, you can do more of it if you have that 5-letter or 6-letter word there. Wealth. We can show you how to create wealth. And it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. You got to work at it and you got to, you know, get set up. But with the traders that we have, you'll see it's relatively passive, meaning once you get that running, it's pretty cool. Now, when we do the drawing, by the way, most of the time people take the proceeds from the drawing. And in fact, I think we're going to have to nix this slide, Robert, other than if somebody wants to trade, they can do this same thing with the bonus. But this particular gentleman won the $100. He went out to double that. Now, this is unusual. Most people don't do what he did. He managed to double the $100. And it actually, you see 10,000 pennies here. This is actually an account type called a %. He turned that into 20,000 in from June to kind of 3/4 of the way through July. So this was just kind of a cool example, but I'm going to make a note to myself that we need to probably nix that slide as far as the way we're going to be doing the drawing from now on. So sad to see it go, but that's the way it is. Progress. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's get into the meat of the matter. What is manual trading? Manual trading is when you're skilled enough to place your own trades, you enter the trades, you exit the trades. Okay, manual trading. And manual trading is something that it's not easy, it's not simple. It's active as it gets. You've got to be in the ring, in the fight, doing it. And sometimes you're going to take punches, you know, just like a boxer. It's literally like boxing because you've got to be tough enough to withstand things that many people aren't. They just don't like the idea of being in the ring and taking those hits, but it's part of the game. And it's something that clearly is not for everybody, you know, because the central point here is this does not involve being lazy. In other words, you've got to work at it. Now, how does copy trading contrast with that? What's copy trading? Copy trading is when you find somebody that has paid the price to develop their skills. They've acquired those skills. They're very good at trading. And you are basically, the system is allowing you to take their trades from their account, the master account, into your account, the client account. And those trades come through automatically. You don't have to do anything. Here's the drill. You register, you verify your account, you fund your account, you get connected to the trader, the trades come in, and you can be anywhere doing anything, and that will continue to generate and create income for you. So copy trading, no skills required. It's easy, it's simple, and it's about as passive as it gets. There's a lot to like with this. And what some of us are doing is we're doing, you know, as clients, we're enjoying the benefits of copy trading and then learning to trade manually ourselves. But, you know, the beauty of it is this takes the pressure. If somebody wants to do that, it takes the pressure off completely because you can have the proceeds coming in from the copy trading while you're learning how to trade yourself manually. So it's kind of the ideal world for people that want to do that, or the people that are really super busy, but they want their money generating an income that is far, far north of the bank in order to accomplish this. Okay. They want that outcome, and they don't have the time to do any trading at all or any learning, but they want that growth and that accelerated growth that trading can provide. So copy trading is an enormously powerful idea. Now, why RoboForex as a broker? Before I met Robert Russell, I had decided I liked this broker. I read a whole bunch of reviews. I did a little bit of homework on the broker, and I had favorited them. I had bookmarked this broker because I was so impressed with their accolades. The people that were saying good things about them were credible. So I literally bookmark it. I could go into my browser and find that bookmark, and then wind the clock forward. It was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 months before I met Robert Russell. And then I met Robert Russell. I saw a post on his Facebook wall because he's a terrific marketer. And the post basically said, there's RoboForex. I went, oh yeah, that's that broker. I remember that. I like that one. I just, dilly-dallied and didn't get an account. And then I saw copy trading. I went, whoa. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me this broker has copy trading in addition to being a good broker? I'm interested. And the rest is history. That was February. And so delighted that I connected with Robert Russell, because you'll see why this is such a powerful idea. And one of the things that is so important about solidity of a broker, many on this call, and me included, Robert Russell included, and other leaders on the call, Veronica, let's see, is Darren on here? Well, it doesn't matter. There are a number of people that have had this happen. And if this resonates with you, if you've had that occurrence, but doesn't it suck when you're involved with a company and they do a rug pull? Poof, your money's gone. Whoops, got up today and all of a sudden all the money in my account is gone. Everything looked good, everything sounded good, and poof, it's gone. That sucks. That just straight up is bad news. Now, what if you had a business that could earn really good income, but the business was 14 years old? And they had not 4.5 million. We got to update this slide, brother. They have over 5 million clients around the world in 169 countries. There's lots of reviews, best mobile trading app, most trusted broker, most transparent broker, lots of things like this that are from different well-recognized independent organizations, giving them good marks, good report card. I submit having the peace of mind of knowing that your money is housed with a broker where you can feel confident that you're not going to wake up tomorrow and say, where's my money? That's just, like what many of us say is we're willing to take market risk in the market, but we're unwilling to run away with our money risk. That ship has sailed for me personally. I just am intolerant with those kinds of businesses because it's too hard to earn the money to begin with, and then to have somebody steal it. No, not playing. So this is where the company is regulated. FSC is the regulatory body in the country of Belize. The Financial Commission is an independent organization that provides arbitration in the event there's a dispute with a client. If the client prevails, the client can receive up to 20,000 euros. And there's multiple organizations in addition, multiple Forex companies in addition to RoboForex that make up the Financial Commission. You can read about it. And it's something that just is a good faith gesture on the part of the company. Now, not surprisingly, Forex is one of the instruments that is offered, of course, from RoboForex. You'd expect that. What's often an eye-opener to people is it's not just Forex, though. In other words, Forex is foreign currency exchange. But these are the different instruments available. Cryptocurrencies, you can trade those. Stocks, you can trade those. 9,400 stocks. Indices, what's indices? Indices are a description of something, an index or an indices. Good examples of that would be the US 30. The US 30 is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's the top 30 companies in the USA. UK 100 would be another, top companies in the UK. DAX, another, the top 40 companies in Germany. That's very similar. The DAX is very similar to the US 30. In fact, lately, it's almost indistinguishable as far as price action. The two look like they're joined at the hip. A lot of correlation. There's ones, JPN 225 in Asia, the Japanese index, et cetera, et cetera. This is a very popular area with traders and one of the traders that we'll show you today uses the US 30 as a favorite trading instrument. Additionally, there are exchange traded funds. There are soft commodities, things like coffee, cocoa, sugar, et cetera, wheat, soybean. This area has been very volatile, ever since the Ukraine war, generally volatile, but especially volatile now because of how many things are shifting in the marketplace. Same thing with oil, natural gas, heating oil, petrochemical instruments. And last but not least is metals. And one of the favorite instruments of many of us is gold, and that's available here as well. You can trade gold against the US dollar. So again, I won't read all this stuff to you. You can go to the site and do some of your own due diligence on how the company is viewed in the marketplace. You can look up RoboForex reviews, on Google and do some of that. But I can just tell you that this passed my test personally, and that's the reason I bookmarked it, because I saw a lot of this stuff before I met Robert Russell. So now we get into probably the most important item. Not probably, it is the most important item. In copy trading, the trader is a really critical element. And how do you pick traders? Well, one of the things that we do, any trader that I refer to my directs, to my personal people that I've enrolled, and I know Robert Russell, I can speak for him on this as well. We use the trader first. We make sure the trader can cut the mustard. We make sure the trader is good. We make sure that the trader has good risk management. Risk management actually higher than ROI. ROI is important, but if you have a trader that gets these great results and then one day they're not managing the account well, they get into a great big drawdown, and then suddenly poof, the whole thing is gone. Well, that's no good. And we make sure that the traders that we use personally and the traders that we refer to our clientele meet that criteria. Here's some additional criteria. Are they consistent? Stop loss is tight. This is really about risk management. What's their overall fail safe? In other words, are they using equity protection on the account? Are the drawdowns low? What's a drawdown? I hate it when people use terminology. I don't know if I'm on a presentation, so I'll try to break this down as much as I can and still keep the presentation moving. But a drawdown is an unrealized loss. What that means is every time you enter a trade, there's a spread, there's a little bit of a loss. It often can go against you fairly quickly. It goes into a drawdown. The very best traders on the planet have drawdowns and they have losses. And it's important to embrace that idea, because you'll see that. But does the trader make a decision to keep these low? Because that actually is minimizing the risk on your account. There's a trader in RoboForex that trades gold, and somebody can use this trader and get very good results, but there's that day coming, that day of reckoning, where that trader lets these drawdowns get, in some cases north of 50%, even 60%. And then if it continues to go against you, you can have a stop out, which is equivalent to a margin call. Not good. So we try to avoid that like the plague. Past performance is not an indication of future results, is that whole phrase, right? But it does give you a window at least into what they've done, particularly if it's recent past performance. How have they done lately? The win ratio. This is a funny one because it can be deceiving. Someone says, I make 98% of my trades are winners. Yeah, but how's your risk management? Because you can take somebody that has a 50% win ratio and they have good risk management, they'll outperform the guy or gal that has super high win ratio. So this one, there are caveats. Does the trader have a means of communicating with the clientele? Is there a Telegram channel and a group where you can interact with the trader and ask questions? What's the total number of trades and the total number of investors? That's a pretty good indication. That's a good report card on the trader. In other words, there's a lot of people using, but not always. They've got to have this other stuff, particularly risk management. Risk management is the top of the list as far as I'm concerned, making sure that they're going to take small losses, that they are going to manage. If they have the account go against them, there's that. We had that happen with our favorite trader, and there was a day where it just went against him and there was a hit. And boom, he worked his way back in no time, in 2 days, 3 days, something like that, and right back up again. So, what you don't want to see is that drawdown turn into a realized loss, particularly when it's a big drawdown. These are the different tools that we use for tracking In other words, the metrics. FX Blue is my personal favorite. I use my FX book a lot, but there's things on there that don't work as well as they could. But these are the two that are widely considered the best means of being able to evaluate traders. We have our traders set up on both of these. So you can see, what does their FX Blue look like? What does their My FX book look like? And these are dynamic. So as they trade, you see that the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's highly transparent. Now, this is the part where we need a drum roll. I'm so excited about what I have the privilege and honor of introducing this today, and I'm pretty stoked about it. I won't lie. I wish we had the rim shot and the drum roll. We got to get the audio thing worked out, Robert. We got to have the audio effects here. Zorro 1. There's Zorro 2, there's Zorro 3 in this particular part of our brand, and people have really liked those. The difference with Zorro 1 now is what was a much higher bar with Zorro 2 and 3, a minimum of $500. I'm delighted to report that you can participate in Zorro 1 with $100 to be able to enroll. So if somebody wants to do a test account to see how things go, they're more reluctant to put $500 in. And right, in other words, it's a bigger commitment. Now, here's what's really wild. Not only can you get in for $100, but if you're really, really strapped and you're willing to use something called a bonus, you can actually get in for $50 and have the bonus expand your equity up to $110. And we'll show you how that works. Here's the bottom line. The barrier of entry just got lowered by at least 5 times. And if you use the $50 method, if you're willing to let your money trade for a while, it's actually 10 times. I mean, let that sink in. If you're an affiliate, and I was doing backflips when we saw this actually get worked out this way. Here is the last 5 days, and here's Zorro 1. Started on September 25th, this week, made 5.93% in that period of time. But the most important number I submit on this whole slide to that point of how are they doing with risk? Look at this. They got that return. Let's call it 5. It's actually just about 6%. So if they stay on course with this is going to be, I think you're going to see like a 24 to 30% in a month. Let that sink in. Where do you get that? I mean, can you go to, what are some of the British banks? I know we got a lot of people from the UK. I've got to learn some of the British banks or the US banks, Bank of America or US Bank or Wells Fargo. You think you can get this kind of a return in a week? Come on, man. You can get that in a year. You'd probably not get that in 2 years. And imagine you can get that. Now, again, there's risk. Can he have a loss now and then? Yes, he can. But if on balance, you're in here for the long haul, it should be up and to the right, and you will see how powerful this is as a wealth creation tool. But check this out. Daily this week was 1.16, drawdown was 1.33. And to get these kinds of results with this low a drawdown is absolutely, by every measure, world-class. This is remarkably good. So we're excited about this. If you haven't enrolled with the Zorro brand, Zorro 1 now I think this is actually going to eclipse everything else. That's my prediction. You heard it here first. I think we're going to see Zorro 1 eclipse not only the whole Zorro brand, but all of RoboForex. I think it's that powerful because of the way we have it set up, because a lot of people can play and they're going to get similar results to this. So totally stoked about that. Get together with the person that referred you here. If you're already in RoboForex and you're signed up and you're verified, we'll show you how you can fund the account and use the bonus if you want to expand your equity. We'll do that in a little bit. But get together and get the trader link from your sponsor. Be sure to honor them, because they're the ones that brought you to the party. It's important to make sure they get compensated for referring you. They thought enough of you to refer you here. Think enough of them to use their link. In other words, it's very important to do that. Now, here's a slide. I like this slide because I'll admit up front, it's a trick question. Does this look like a good outcome? What do you think? Is this a good outcome? Does this trader look like they're pretty competent, pretty good? What do you think? Yeah. I mean, on face value, that up and to the right, started down here, got up there. Great. What's missing? What's missing is the trader isn't taking any losses. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Best traders on the planet take losses. In fact, the very, very best take lots of losses, but they're little. And here's the way it should look. You should have little dips. There's a loss. 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 This is a better trader. This is a better trader. They're protecting your account equity. I call these shark bites. Maybe they should be piranha bites. I don't know. They're not a great white though. Okay. You don't want that. You want these little nibbles out of the equity, which is they took a loss. There's a book about that. If you're a reader, you can buy the book on Amazon. If you're a listener, you can get the Audible on Amazon. I am an Amazon shareholder. I own all of about probably $150 in Amazon shares. So not a big shareholder, but full disclosure, I do like Amazon. Apparently everybody on the planet does. I mean, imagine that you're multi-trillion-dollar company. It's amazing. Anyway, who's Tom Hugard and why is he somebody important to listen to? He is one of the most profitable traders on the planet. He has worked for large Wall Street firms. He has won multiple trading competitions. He is, for lack of better terms, a badass trader. He's really good. Now, does Tom Hugard take losses? Yes. Yes. Tom Hugard doesn't get it right 100% of the time. What does he do? He cuts the losses short and says, well, missed that one. This whole book is about trading psychology more than any other thing. If you're getting into this arena, this is a really good book to read, particularly if you're going to get into manual trading. You can I listen to it frequently when I'm out on a walk because I've got the Audible. I liked it so much I got the book, the Kindle, and the Audible. In fact, I'm buying it for friends, that are getting into this arena. It's a must read as far as I'm concerned if somebody's getting in this space. Now, here's something that shows those little bites. Okay, this was recent. This was 9/8, the 8th of this month. This is one of our traders. Actually, this is the Zorro 2 and 3, and now Zorro 1. This was before 1 was out. But here was a day where this trader was protecting account equity. He got a little profit there, got a loss, got a loss, got a loss, got a loss, got a little profit there, a little profit there, bigger profit there. Net, he came out. This I'd call a break even on the account that this was on. But he didn't go backwards. And if he did go backwards, it's not going to be big backwards. It's going to be little backwards, little tiny bite. Okay. Got it wrong. And away we go. So this is a very important idea to embrace. Small losses are a part of trading. Okay. Don't look at losses negatively. Look at big losses negatively. That means poor account management, poor risk management. Little loss, fine. Got it wrong. The market is hard to predict. I mean, if we have that market crystal ball, I'll pay big bucks for that. If there's that thing out there that can predict what the market's going to do, nobody can. I'm kidding, obviously. Now, how do you get your money in and out? Visa and MasterCard are available in most countries, but not all. Crypto is available in most countries, but not all. A notable exception with crypto, for instance, is the UK. A notable exception of Visa and MasterCard not being available is India. But most places, Visa and MasterCard are available. There are other smaller account funding mechanisms, AstroPay, Advance Cash. There are others depending on which country you're in. These mechanisms are country specific. And what I'm about to show you is the account that we have, because it's with my wife as a Romanian citizen. We do have crypto. We have bank transfer. We have Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, and Google Pay. I've never gotten those to work, at least not with our cards. The bank seems to not like anything with the word Forex in it. And so these are some of the mechanisms that you can use to deposit money. Here's some of the same mechanisms that you can use to withdraw. One of my favorites is crypto. If you have crypto available to you, USDT TRC20. If you don't, you have the opportunity to use bank transfer pretty much anywhere. That one is universal. If you don't have an account with Wise, by the way, I'm a big fan of Wise because it's quick. You can use a Wise card. You can use their You can get a bank account in US dollars. If you're a Brit, you can get your account set up so it's the Great British Pound as the base currency, and then you can have US dollars or whatever, euros, whatever your favorite currencies are that you convert money into. It's very, it's like a Swiss Army knife of money transfer. Very handy. Here are withdrawal mechanisms put to the test. Here's Robert Russell, USDT tether, 2 hours and 29 minutes, 4 hours it took, 5 hours it took. Here's bank transfers. I mean, look at that, 13 minutes, a remarkable outcome. Just on the USDT, by the way, he's using Binance, and we discovered there was a real disparity between his times using the exact same instrument, USDT tether with TRC20, that chain, 2 hours and 29 minutes, 4 hours. I said, man, I'm getting way faster transfers than that than Binance. I'm using a thing called SafePal, which is a really good, it's free. It's on the Android or the iPhone. And I'm getting it way quicker. I mean, like really quicker. So one day I decided, we were there and I said, let me just prove this to you. No joke. Recently, I did a withdrawal and I'm not kidding. I had it in 20 seconds. I mean, boom, just like that. And it's fairly consistent that I see withdrawal rates under 2 minutes. It's rare that they're over 2 minutes. So that's just a little tip to get money in and out quicker. With Visa, MasterCard, these times again are pretty long. On my Visa debit that's on the Romanian account with Wise, it's an hour, if that. It's 15 minutes. So I like my withdrawal methods better than Robert's. They seem to work better. Now, again, before I get into what I'm about to show you, this is very important. I won't belabor the point any more than this slide, but this is really important to understand this. Trading is risky. And it's just something that we reiterate because we want people coming in with both eyes open and not having you didn't tell me. No. We did tell you. We told you, in fact, multiple times. It is risky. You can have things happen that nobody can predict. Never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. By the way, these are some of the countries that are not available for RoboForex. Just take a quick look at this list. And there's some others that are not on here. Belgium should be on here. Spain, I think Spain is on here. Yeah, Spain is. Belgium, there's some others where it's not available, but the vast majority of the world, it is available. And I'm so I'm grateful that because I'm married to a dual citizen, I'm able to participate. If it was just me, I wouldn't be here. I couldn't be here. So I feel very fortunate in that regard. But what we're going to do now is we're going to get into something called compounding. What is compounding? Compounding, and I want to get you some information on how this works. This is information that I'm going to send in chat. Be sure to click the link that is there before you leave, because then what I'm about to show you, you'll have the calculator that I'm using. So click the link in chat. You'll be able to use it later. Now I'm going to show you how to work it. Okay. Compounding is the growth of your money. So what is a common example of compounding? It would be monthly compounding, would be for banks. That's about as good as it gets most of the time. And the higher the frequency of the compounding, the more powerful it is. That's the concept I want you to grab. Monthly compounding is powerful. Weekly compounding is a lot more powerful. It's 4 times as powerful. Daily compounding is cat's meow. I mean, it's really, really powerful. We're working with daily compounding. And how does that work? So if you have a dollar amount in your trading account, which you do if you're trading, is it compounding daily, weekly, monthly? What do you think? It's compounding daily, right? In other words, if you have a profit today, that profit then, even today, it's actually intraday. That's the thing that's very interesting. If the trader is trading more frequently during the day than just one session, like they trade New York and then they trade Asia, some traders do that. It's actually could be even trading. You could actually be getting compounding intraday. A very wild thing. I'm going to just use daily because some of the traders, including Zorro, just trades the New York session. So that's that. You have the benefit of that session and that's it. Now, what rate should we use? I want to show you 7/10. If you're using Zorro 2, that's probably a number that you're going to see pretty frequently as a net number. Let's do it for a year. And what principal amount would you like to put in? And let me ask you this question. Everybody out there is going to do, pretty much everybody is going to do a test account, unless their pal has been aboard with a trader for months and months and months and says, look, you don't need to bother with that. This trader is cool. They're getting great results. Just put some dough in here. If you don't have that benefit, you don't have that luxury of having that person that you know that's had good results. What's the amount that once you're through your test period, what's the amount that you would put in? Go ahead and type that in chat if you would. What is the amount that you're going to go, load the wagons with to create a real contribution to your wealth, real contribution to your retirement account? Robert Russell says 5K. Okay. Veronica, 2K. Okay. Jason, 1K. Okay. This is the participation phase, guys. Pop your number into chat, please. Andre Ramos, $500. Okay. Okay. And what about Greg? What about Elder? What about Nick? What about Claudio? What about Flavio? What about Stephanie? What about Duarte? What about Baltazar? What about Keith? What about Inguna? Sorry. I hope I pronounced that right. 700. I feel like an auctioneer always at this section. I got a 700. I got a 700. I got a 500. I got a 500. I got a 2,000 from Keith Lambert. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We had to come up with an average of these numbers, guys. What do you think that would be? I'll let you guys do the average today. Give me an average of, we've got a high water mark of 500 from our favorite Irishman. We've got 2K. The smallest number on the list looks like $500. We just had a 400 on the list. What do you think is an average? Give me a number. What do you think is the average number of our list of participants here? $1,200. Okay, I'm going to go with Robert Russell's number. I agree. So we're starting with 1,200, completely arbitrary, I admit, but just to have a number to start with. You can plug whatever number you want. You'll have this. You do have this calculator if you click on the link. Click on the link before you leave the webinar, and then you can use it later. I'm going to show you how to work it right now. So the first thing you need is the principal that you're going to put in. The next thing you need to define is the interest rate. Notice daily is chosen here, and this is daily compound right up here. Not Forex, daily compound, okay? Then, do you include all days of the week? No, you don't, because it's only Forex market trading, which is Monday through Friday. Okay, so let's go ahead and calculate that and see what our $1,200 turns into. Wow, look at that. $1,200 over a year turns into $7,410.94. Now, I know some of you are going, eye roll, come on. That can't be right. Something screwy here, something fishy, right? It's math. It's math. Albert Einstein said the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. Old Albert, pretty bright guy by most people's measure. The brightest maybe ever. I mean, he was insanely smart. He recognized the power of compound interest. This is the most important number driving that. Is that 7/10. Okay. It's just wild what can happen. And, again, go to your bank and try to get that in a year. 517%. Good luck on that, by the way. That ought to get a good chuckle from the banker. Like, what kind of weed are you smoking? Yeah, they're going to go, no. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to show you, keep in mind, whatever this number is right here, this is net of the performance fee, right? So this is not a surprise. The traders charge for their trading. In other words, they charge a 30% performance fee in many cases. Like Zorro is 30%. Some charge more, some charge less. It depends on the trader. They can define their own performance fee. But the Zorro traders charge 30%. So this would need to be a 1% gross approximately to end up with a 0.7, okay? Now, what I want to show you is the same trader that we're using. This would be like Zorro 2 numbers. Okay. Zorro 3 numbers, the target rate for Zorro 3 is 2.5%. So if I took 2.5, and I did 30% off of that, that's 75 cents, by the way, or 0.75. You'd have, let me just make sure I'm not lying to you. Hang on, 2.5, enter, 30%. Yep. You'd have a net amount, and this is going to be an eye opener for me too. But for many, if you haven't seen this, it's a real eye opener. It's like, you got to be kidding. Watch this. So we went from 0.7. Remember, at 0.7, changing nothing else, we went from $1,200 to $7,400 in a year. What if we do 1.75? Because that's the net amount. If Zorro hits his target rate, and sometimes Zorro gets considerably more, sometimes he gets less. But if he averages out to a 1.75% rate after you've taken the 30% out, that's the central point. What does our number turn into? We started with 1,200, and on the 0.7, it was 7,410. Watch what happens when you up it by 1%. It will be an eye opener. So we went from $7,000. Yeah, I could see Jason going, "What? You got to be kidding." $1,200 turns into 111,000 if you have a 1.75% net. This is how you create wealth, guys. Will he hit this? I don't know. Anybody tells you they do know is lying. It's the market. It can do crazy stuff, but I do know that you got a shot, and if he does do what he intends to do, and we meet with this guy regularly, and he is a badass. He is really serious about this. Could this happen? It's possible. Might he fail miserably and only get you 4,500%? I joke. I mean, look at these numbers. We get so jaded, it's just scary. Do you know that 1.75% net is way more than banks pay you in a year? Way more. In the US, I don't know how it is in Britain, but in the US, under 1%, way under 1% is the annual rate. Annual. I mean, imagine you're getting this kind of a rate every time he's doing trading. Now, if you did this, one of the important things I want to show you here also, you started with $1,200. What's a good idea? Somewhere when you doubled your money, in other words, $1,200 turns into $2,400. Well, on these numbers, that would be at before the end of October. You see right here, because here's your earnings coming in monthly. Notice how these increase. This is compounding working right before your eyes. Here's the total earnings. Okay. And here's the balance. Here's your account balance. Started at $1,200 month one in October. It's going to be $1,757, then $2,500, then $3,700. You get the idea. Now, between here and here, by the time you're at the end of October, you should have $2,400 here. Assuming he's getting that 1.75% net. Take your money back out. Take your $1,200 back out. You now are what we call risk-free. You have the ability to enjoy the profits, and you're trading on your profit. You've gotten your capital back. Go do something else with that. I'm sure you can figure out what to do, but you're risk-free. What a cool thing. Now, there's a point at which you may want to say, okay, I'm risk-free, and then I want to do this over again. So I've got a little bit of a delay, 2-month delay before I become risk-free if he gets that 1.75. Now, I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to start trading. I'm going to start taking money out in July. My target date for this is July. So in July, I'm going to have 52K in the account. So let's do that, because I want to show you something that's, God forbid we start taking money out and putting it in our pocket. But let's say July next year, boom, 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 boom. Maybe even August, just to be a little more conservative. Or even September. Let's say September. You got 52K, same numbers, chugging right along. The numbers here start to get pretty staggering. Okay, that's if you leave 100% in. But you said, no, I don't want to leave 100%. I want to start taking some money out of here. So you take out, let's say 50% every month. So your 52 would grow into 505. you've earned a total of 906,000. You get 453 that you put in your pocket, and your account grows by 500 because you had 50 to start. Here's how that looks. Notice there's a new column here. You've got earnings. You've got the reinvestment amount. This is the amount that's going into your account balance over here. This is the amount that's going in your pocket, that's going in your wallet. These are even. Notice that. So you had 900,000 and change in total earnings over here, but you divided it 50-50 between here and here. Your account's growing nicely and your wallet's growing nicely. Pretty good. Here's something that you can play with also, and then I'll be done here with the compounding, because you can play around with this on your own. You'll get, this is an addictive thing. You know, you can create plans on here that are pretty cool, again, assuming trading is consistent. If I just change it to 70-30, look at the difference in my investment value. This is at the end of a year. And look at, I'm about the same, a little bit higher on the amount. Now, wait a minute. 50-50 didn't get me numbers like this, 70-30. Why? Because it's weighted toward the end. 70 is going back in the account as you trade it. Notice these numbers start getting really a lot bigger in a hurry. Okay, toward the end. But initially, you know, you're taking out less money in your pocket, but still not bad. I mean, in this example, 6,400, 9,300, 11, 15, but look at down here, 56, 70, 100, 120. Crazy. I mean, this is something that when you show somebody this and they're like, you got to be kidding. No, it's math, assuming you get that consistency of that rate. Okay. So what I've shown you so far, I've shown you copy trading. I've shown you the solidity of the broker. I've shown you withdrawals. I've shown you how compounding works. And that is a pretty cool topic, isn't it? Just amazing. Now, for those of you, we're going to give you a video today, which will explain how to work a very powerful concept that we'll get into here in just a minute, which is the bonus. If you watch that video and you still have any questions or any questions on anything else, Robert Russell does a call on Mondays, 8 p.m. UK time, which is absolutely terrific to get you into all the mechanics of how do I verify? What do I need to do to verify? How do I fund my account? Which account type should I use? All of those kinds of nuts and bolts questions. That's what this is about once a week. It's at 8 p.m. UK time. Tuesdays, we've added a new event, and that should say no, wait a minute. What happened to Tuesday? I had that in here. I swear I did. Well, okay. Now we have it back. There, fixed. Let me make sure that's not hidden. Tuesday, there is a presentation like this one, 7:30 p.m. UK time. Be sure to tune in to the group, or I'll show you how you can get that on our calendar. And then Wednesday, for those that want to just take baby steps in learning how to trade, Robert Russell is doing a terrific job in his own trading, and he's imparting some real pearls, some real gems. Not for everybody, but if you're like, hey, I think I'd like to explore doing some of my own trading, this is a perfect place to start with that. And this is Wednesday at 7:30 again, 7:30 p.m. Saturdays, we do this one. This is every week. This one is the one that has the drawing, and we will be continuing that, for the duration. And then part 2 of this one is we do the same thing that we do on Monday. I stick around. It's late for Robert, so he takes off, but I stick around to answer questions about how to get plugged in and do the stuff that he does on Monday. We do in part 2 here. What I'd like you to do, this is a site that will give you a huge amount of information, and I'm just going to show you this real quick. This is kind of our intermission here, if you will. This is our team site where you go over here, you've got an event calendar. So if you're ever wondering what's going on, you can go right to timefreedomteam.xyz. This is a very good one to put prospects in front of also, guys. This one has the event calendar, so you can click on that and find out what's going on. All of the information is on here. If you add this calendar to your calendar, by the way, down here, it'll automatically convert all of these to your time zone. So if you're in Eastern Europe, it will show an Eastern European time zone. Like if you're in Romania, if you're in the UK, it'll show the UK time. If you're in Durban, South Africa, you get the idea. Yeah. In other words, you add this calendar to yours. It's a one-time maneuver, and then you can toggle on, toggle off. Very handy. So, this coming week, what's going on? Well, we've got the masterclass on Monday. That is, let's see, right here, the 4th. Boom, there's the link. There's all the information about what it's about. Very, very handy. Okay. Additionally, on the site here, we have a presentation. So this is something that can work for you 24/7. The links to plug into our group and into YouTube channel. And then right here is where it basically says, whoever referred you here, get their link. So you can feel safe sending guests here. They're not going to be able to sign up with anybody but you. So use this to bring your guests in here. Hey, Benny, I didn't notice you come in. Welcome. Oh, his audio is not. He's trying to connect audio. Good guy, that guy. And then, here's a key thing. You can learn how to do all of the process of enrollment as well, both affiliate and or client and affiliate right here. And then down at the bottom is the Dropbox that has all the goodies in it, including this presentation and lots of other stuff that may be useful to you. You can download all of that right there. All of this is available on this link that I'm going to send you in chat right now. Okay, so be sure to, again, click this before you take off. This is a tool set that can work for you 24/7. And we're constantly improving upon that and adding new additional information that's helpful to get your experience that much more elegant and nice. Now, the affiliate plan. The affiliate and partner plan, here's the very high level, and I'm going to do this quickly. It's simple. It works. You can withdraw your money. It's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want to, you can add it to compounding. It'll accelerate that. We're paid 5 ways. The money the trader makes you, the money that you earn as an affiliate referring others to the trader. And again, all of this stuff, guys, is optional. If you're a client and that's all you want to be, terrific. You don't have to do any of this stuff. But if you choose to, you can just, earn quite a bit of money here and increase the amount that your trading is creating as far as the wealth. You receive commissions from the brokerage fees over 5 levels. And there's a loyalty program that's once a month that comes out actually on the 1st of the month, which is real cool. So let me give you an example of your own account. Let's say that you have $5,000 and you earn a 23% profit. I'm not guaranteeing that. It's, just like with the compounding, things can change, but let's just say you earn 23%, and it's possible. You would have an $1,150 gross profit. Multiply that times 0.7. Here's the amount that your take home, if you will, your net. So next month, if you leave that in there, you'd start with 5805. You're seeing compounding work right there. Okay. There's compounding. Now, let's say that you're an affiliate and you say, you've got some buddies and your pals, they look at your account and they go, well, that's pretty cool. How did you start, Jason? Oh, you started with 5,000 or you got 5,000 in ultimately, and these are the results. Yeah, I like those results. I'd like to get something like that. Let's say your 5 pals do that. They put in 5,000 each for 25,000. Multiply that times 0.23. It equals 5750. You pay the trader, once a week, whatever they've earned. You don't pay the trader, by the way, unless they've earned you money. So it's only if they earn you money, but they did. You pay them 30%. The trader, since you referred all of your 5 pals with your trader link, the traders agreed to split that with you 50-50. You get $862. You can do with that what you want. You can withdraw it. You can pay for groceries, make a dent in the mortgage. You can add it to your compounding. It's your money. You can do with it what you want. Here's how the brokerage pays. RoboForex pays over 5 tiers. It's a percentage of the fees that they earn. So there's 2 parts to the comp plan. One is the trader split that I just showed you. The other part is the 5-tier part of the plan. And the 5-tier part of the plan can be very, very significant over time. Once a month, you get a bonus on that 5-tier part of the plan. So if you've earned somewhere between 100 and 500, you get a 10% bonus at the beginning of the month, literally tomorrow. If you've earned between 500 and 30,000, you get a 15% bonus, and you can figure that out very quickly based on what you're earning at any point. And if you earn over 30,000, you're a superstar. You're going to start at $6,000 a month just on this bonus. Okay. And it's something that is really, really powerful. Robert, could you give folks an idea, because you're further down the railroad tracks than I am, and I'm going to catch you one day, but I haven't yet. What are you earning weekly on this 5-tier part of the plan, on this part of the plan right here, the brokerage fees?
So most weeks you would be averaging between $750 to $1,000.
So, wow, that's gone up.
Yeah.
I hate you. No, I'm sorry. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's, and that's, he's a hard worker. He's a hard worker. I mean, he's one, I have the privilege of calling him a business partner, and I'm so grateful that he and I crossed paths. In fact, we met in person when we were flying back from Eastern Europe. We went to Ireland, and that was a hoot. Thank you, Robert. Still a very memorable trip. Got to do that again. There's a place that has a chowder in Donegal that, if you're ever in the company of Robert Russell, we will make a point of going by that place again. It was special. Okay. So what I've shown you, it's simple. It works. You can withdraw the money. You can add it to your compounding. You can do whatever you want. So that's the end of the presentation, guys. Now we get into the fun stuff. If that wasn't fun, I think it's always pretty fun showing people how to create wealth. But here's the part where if you are here and you're a guest, you can enter the drawing. If you haven't funded, you can enter the drawing. If you've funded your account, you cannot enter the drawing. Them's the rules. Also, the bonus that we are going to show you, there was a situation where we were having people show up here just simply to win the $100 because it's fairly probable. Okay, it is. I mean, if you only have 10 guests, you got a 1 in 10 shot of winning. Try to get that at Las Vegas. So, it's a pretty good odds that you're going to have a good outcome. But we were having people run off with the money. Take the money. It's intended to have a trading account set up. They withdraw it and go buy beer or do whatever they do. So what we've stipulated now is some rules about this, and I'll show you those in just a second. But there's a bonus that you can use, and there's a catch with the bonus. We'll show you what that catch is. You put in $100, it turns into 220. And your earnings may be withdrawn, but your principal may not be withdrawn until lots specified by the bonus. There's a certain amount of trading that has to take place. Well, this was a perfect vehicle because we're showing people a mechanism to make money. We want them to see it, not just take the $100 and disappear with it. So this is something that also increases their equity and accomplishes what we were after. So this will be moving forward the new plan. Also, people that participate must agree to allow us to publish your name and picture, because there's things like this sometimes that come out. Somebody didn't listen carefully, what have you, and then they win the drawing, and then they say, well, I can't have my picture published because I'm a government official or something like that. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna have a second winner in the event that winner number 1 can't do all the stuff that's here. Then we're gonna have winner number 2. So we're gonna play twice today. Money will be delivered once your account is verified, and we will help you set up the 120% bonus for the total equity of $220. Here's how it looks like. By the way, with Zorro 1, the new trader, you have 220 in total, of which 120 is a bonus. This is actually a screenshot of an account I set up for myself as a test account to show this, because I'm going to have this account traded into by Zorro 1. So you'll see it started, and Monday it will start trading. This is the mechanics of how that works. I just want to show you this because before we do the drawing, this is important. You got any kind of choice with the bonus percentages. We're going to be using this one, but you on other accounts, or additionally in this account, you can choose whatever one you want. So let's say that you have this one right here, you put in $100, you choose the 120% bonus, that turns into 220. 120 of the 220 is the bonus amount. Now you take the bonus amount and you divide that by 2. That's the number of lots you need to trade. That's going to take a while. If you leave the earnings in the account, you can withdraw the earnings, okay, whenever you want, but you can't withdraw the principal, the initial principal, in this case for the drawing, the $100 and the 120 bonus. It has to earn out. It earns out by using a number of lots. that is simply take the amount of the bonus and divide by 2. That's the number. So as an example, you put in $100 in cash, choose 120% bonus, divide by 2, total 220 in equity, and divide by 2. That, what is 120 divided by 2? It's 60. That's how many lots you need to trade. That will take a while. Now, if you're leaving the earnings in the account and you're letting compounding work, it's going to take less of a while, especially toward the end. It's going to accelerate very rapidly. If you put additional capital, you know, the whole point of this exercise with this drawing is to have people see it work. And this facilitates that perfectly, because they can't take it out even if they wanted to, which suits us perfectly as well, because it's a very generous offer, but we don't want people, you know, we're not a charity. We want people to be in the trading. And so Robert Russell has been very generous, and we've thought this is the perfect instrument with which to do that. If you leave the earnings in, the length of time to get at the principal will be less. If you further contribute additional deposits, let's say you let it trade for a month or two and you go, you know, this thing is really rocking and rolling. You could put more money in. If you do, that's more money that's trading on the account that will burn more lots. It will shorten the time, the length of time that you get full access to the capital and the bonus. I see a question in chat. If I put in 100, do I get $1,200 bonus? Yes. It's up to $50,000 on the bonus. And you can have a certain number of bonuses on one account. That number is 20. You have a overall number of bonuses on your whole member area. That number is, Robert, kick me where I'm wrong. I think that's 100 in total, if my memory serves me. But this is something that is, you know, we may move this slide up in the process, because this is such a powerful idea. Again, not for everybody, but if you say to somebody, look, do you have the long haul in mind? Yes. Would you like to earn the maximum amount of benefit with your existing capital? Do you need to get your hands on the money? No, I don't. You might really consider the bonus. The bonus is a heck of a way of magnifying your capital. So now into the fun stuff. All right, here we go. Who do we have, Robert, for guests today?
So I have 3 at the minute. I'm going to ask Duarte or Elder to enter the guests, because we have a few Portuguese different members on. So we're going to start off with Nick.
Nick, N-I-C-K or N-I-C?
Yeah, N-I-C-K.
Okay.
I got Claudia Gomez.
Stephanie.
Stephanie?
Yeah.
Spelled like that?
Yes. Yeah. And we have Baltazar, B-I-L-T.
B-A-L-T-A-Z-A-R.
Correct.
Okay.
We have Jude.
J-U-D-E.
Yeah.
Okay. And guys, you have to be here. This is another thing we need to add to the slide, Robert, because we have people show up sometimes, and they'll show up on one Zoom and say, well, I've got 3 people sitting next to me. Sorry, we can't do that. They've got to each be on the Zoom themselves. Zoom, 1 entrant per Zoom. People are creative, man.
So we have Duarte.
Creative.
Yeah. So we have Duarte as well.
Okay.
We have 2 Duartes.
Duarte Faria. Yeah.
Yeah. We have Flavio, F-L-A-V-I-O.
That's way more than 3. I was thinking, man, I want to be in the drawing. 33.
We have Ram.
What is it?
R-A-M, Ram.
Ram. Okay.
And this one is Greg, G-R-E-G.
Okay.
Folks, is there anybody else that we're missing?
You got the Claudia.
Is it Gerg or Greg? I see Gerg. I think that may be a typo.
Yeah, could be a typo.
You got Claudia Gomes and Baltazar Jr.
We have Baltazar.
I see Baltazar here. Yeah, we've got Baltazar.
Baltazar and Claudia Gomes.
Okay.
Claudia, we do not have, and we do now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Claudia is from UK as well.
Okay.
Right. I think Ram is my one, I think, because I invite some Indian boy.
Okay.
But I'm not sure, because
so we have,
I don't know is the picture.
Yeah, guys, we will need to know also, if you're the winner, we're going to need to know who your sponsor is. So, whoever referred you here, they're going to be helping you get everything plugged in. That's part of the deal. So if you have somebody that's a guest, if you win, we're going to ask you who your sponsor is. You need to know that. Okay.
So we have BIPIN, Bippin.
Bippin, whoops. This is a long way north of 3, Mr.
Yeah,
Russell.
yeah. They flooded in. I think we have one more, and the last person is Kirshin, KRISHIN.
Okay. Slowly, please. Christian. KRISHAN.
Yeah.
Christian Kaushik.
That's it.
You're sure?
Yep. Double checked.
Okay. Last call, guys. Now's your chance. $100 is waiting for you. $100 in trading. You can get your hands on it somewhere, probably, later, but you'll get your hands on the proceeds if you choose to do that. Your account will take longer to earn out. So we've got Nick, Stephanie, Baltazar, Jude, Duarte, Flavio, Ram, Greg, Claudia, Bippin, and Krishan. Anybody else? Now's the time. Raise your hand. Once we roll the first time, you're out. You can't roll. You have to come back next week. So if you're here and a guest, be sure to chime in. The train is leaving the station.
Okay.
All aboard. Okay. Let's get ready to rumble. Boom. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? We have got Duarte. Duarte, come on down. Super. I'm going to do a screenshot of this. Hang on a second.
He's from my team.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Duarte Faria.
Okay, so you can get in touch with me when he's KYC and verified, and I will get his account
I will
funded.
tell him to do it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Hang on a second. I'm going to get a screenshot of this one before we do the second drawing. I don't think that there will be any problem with Duarte because I know he's serious, but we're going to do a second drawing because we told you we would. And if there's anything that happens where Duarte can't participate, then we've got winner number 2 as a backup.
Yeah.
So let's do the screenshot. Capture window. Boom. Okay. I have fulfilled my obligation as the moderator. This is winner of drawing RoboForex. Okay. Now we do it again. So close that. Round 2, our backup. Probably won't use this, but just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, Claudia. I mean, that was right. I thought it was. So this is our backup spot. Our what do they call that? The can't think of the name I'm thinking of. But Claudia, if for any reason Duarte is unable to participate, I doubt it because I know he's keen on doing all of this. If so, then you would be the person.
Claudia is my one
position.
as well.
Good.
From UK, Bristol.
Well,
From Bristol, UK.
Here, this is your guest also.
Robert, it's not far away.
This is your
It's
guest.
not far away where you want to do the event.
Okay.
This is your guest also, Elder.
Yeah, this Claudia is from Bristol, UK.
Okay. Here's what I want you to notice. There's somebody on here who had 2 guests that won. 2. Well, I don't have to even ask this. I know Elder got busy. He was out inviting people because to get 2 people to show up, he probably invited 8. Right? And he had 2 show up at least. It looks like maybe more than that. Moral of the story, if you want to get your team to grow, get good at inviting people to give away free money. It's easy to do, right? In other words, you don't have to be all that good. I think Elder is quite good, but even I could do that. I mean, I could invite people and say, hey, you can look at this business I'm in. If you win, you've created a new little asset. You're going to see the mechanics of how it works. It doesn't cost you a dime.
Yeah.
How cool is that? You know, so take advantage of that. If you're, you're thinking about the affiliate aspect of this, or, even if you're not thinking about it, you don't have to be all that good to give away free money. There's a real good shot that your guest is going to win on this drawing. I mean, what was it today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What's 100 divided by 11? 9. What is that? I got to know the answer now. My brain just works like that. 9. You got a 9% chance of winning, almost 1 in 10. Try to get that at Las Vegas. Doesn't exist. Okay, we've got the backup winner. Backup winner of drawing is Claudia. Okay, very good. Guys, that brings in the recording for a close, and now we can get into a Q&A. Don't be hesitant at all. Yes, congratulations, Duarte, and congratulations, Claudia. If Duarte doesn't work out, you're in